the banks, they were doing pretty well. So let's see if those trends continue today or not. The last trading day of FY24. Well, off we are with now a 75-point move on the Nifty, so it's looking good. Let's figure out what the top gainers are looking like. JSW Steel, Wipro, Tata Consumer, Hindalco, State Bank of India. So some of the metal stocks are popping up right on top of the screen. SBI was an underperformer yesterday, did not participate in the Nifty Bank rally. It's trying to make up for that this morning as things start off. Some of the FMCG names look quite okay. Cipla, Dr. Reddy's up about 1% or so. And what's working for the market is at early signs, IT looks like it wants to be on the green side, at least for now. And this is after several bad days ever since Accenture came out with that guidance cut. We're seeing Wipro, even some of the others on the upside of the screen. Let me just quickly do a check on TCS and Infosys. Minor positive on TCS and Infosys up about 0.5% as well. The Bank Nifty not looking bad either, guys. About 0.3% higher. The Bank Nifty is actually outperforming the Nifty at this point in time. IndusInd Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, and let's check HDFC. Yep, even HDFC is up about 0.3%. So banks are continuing their good form from yesterday.
Okay, the mid-cap index is open in the green. It's up about 0.5%. Positive advance decline ratio to begin trade with. On the losing side, though, let me start with that. It's a smaller list. IDFC First Bank is weak on the back of that expected block deal of about 2.25% share. So IDFC has started trade in the red. You've got Alchem, which is also under pressure. As Ekta was pointing out, the US FDA has inspected the company's Baddi manufacturing facility and they have issued 10 observations. So that's hurting the stock this morning. On the way up, GOCL Corporation, a stock that Vamakshi was just telling us about, where the company is planning to monetize its land in Hyderabad for a total consideration of 3,400 crore, higher than the company's market capitalization. That's clearly one of the big star stocks of the day. And another one, we've not really spoken much about it, but Lokesh Machines. I think they've been granted the arms license for manufacturing and in-house proof testing of small arms. So Lokesh Machines is a stock which is up 9.5%. Keep your eye on that. Chalet Hotels on that fundraise, although the fundraise is going to take place at a discount, the stock is opened up with strength. And PCBL is another one where the company has approved the issuance of 1.6 crore warrants to the company at a price of 280 rupees per share. Philip Carbon Black. Avenue Supermart continues to see buying. This has been one of the strong rebound stocks this month. Avenue Supermart is up close to about 15%. Biocon, where there is some positive news, is also higher in trade. On the way down, though, some more stocks are getting added. You've got IDFC too, giving company to IDFC First Bank, and ICICI Securities this week.
Well, that's right. Remember a couple of stocks. Piramal Enterprises actually is moving well. Remember in December 2023, RBI had clamped down on AIF investments by lenders. Now, there was some relaxation that came about. So that could be one of the reasons why that stock, in fact, is up close to around 4% odd. So keep an eye out on that one. Added to the list, you have Pfizer. The stock is up close to around 8%. Volumes as well picking up out there. Not very, very large, but in comparison to what we normally see, that stock is up close to around 8%. So that's another big mover out there. BHEL on the back of that auto win. RBL Bank, one of the other top volume movers today. So that stock as well is higher in today's trading session. And India Mart is a little off color. That's down close to around 1%. A few more stocks that are moving quite well. Suzlon came to life in the last hour of trade yesterday. Today, it's seeing some follow-through, up close to around 3%, one of the top volume movers. India Bulls Real Estate as well, volumes rather high in the first 2-3 minutes out, so that stock as well is higher. And CESC is up close to around 3.5% again. Volumes relatively higher on CESC as well as PCBL, both those two up and about in early few minutes.
Even VIP, a stock that you were, asking Hemang about, that's up 7.5% to begin trade with.
All right. So that's, the reason that VIP is higher is post the analyst meet. So we'll try to get in some takeaways. But when we here at CNBC TV 18 spoke to the management, what they said is whatever the industry grows by, they will outgrow the industry by around 2 to 3%, point number one. Point number two is their market share fell to around 37%. They're saying that they see it go back towards around 40%. And point number three was on margins, they're saying that they'll get back to around 14% margins. They have some additional expenditure that will get done in quarter four. That's they have hired various consultants, etc. So all that gets done in quarter four, and from the next year onwards, margins start moving up.
So outgrow the industry, yes. Improvement in margins. And did they say anything on the stake sale?
And they pull back their market share. And also on the stake sale, I had asked them whether or not they're a seller, because Ms. Radhika Piramal on one of the con calls said, we may not be looking to sell today or tomorrow, but that could be a potential plan. So what the MD told me was, as of now, that's not really on the table. And she clarified that it wasn't the size of the check that the deal fell through in the first place. So, and Mr. Piramal itself had bought some shares, I think, at around 600 rupees. So that's one of the big volume movers today, up close on 7.5%. But keep in mind, it's been a big underperformer in the last 1 year or so.
Just to point out, Nigel, good that you mentioned on Piramal, this relaxation on AIFs that's come in, it's actually pretty significant because what the Reserve Bank has now done is earlier there was a blanket ban that if you're going to be investing in AIF schemes and you're already lending to that particular entity, the whole issue was about a possible evergreening of loans. Now the restriction is applicable only to debt and hybrid instruments, not equity. So NBFCs and banks can still invest in AIFs and the equity part is not under the restrictions, and plus there's some ease off in provisioning. Earlier, they had to make 100% provisioning for any such investments in AIF. Now I think it's limited to the amount that AIF is then going and investing into the debtor company. So some relaxation coming in, and that seems to be helping some of those NBFC stocks. But overall, I mean, the market's holding on actually, 80 points up on the Nifty, so it's not bad at all. Bank Nifty is marching away, and today technology is the big driving force. Just doing a quick check on Reliance. Reliance is quietened out after its stellar move yesterday. It's just digesting some of that gain. Very flat at this point in time on RIL. Okay, good time to then